I'm going to show you some pictures of me with some YouTubers. So I used to go to YouTube conventions, events, all the time. Every year from 2012, me and my friend Ellie would go to Summer in the City. It was like our tradition. We did it every year. Absolutely loved it. So the first Summer in the City we ever went to was Summer in the City 2012. And this was back when it wasn't a ticketed event, there were no meet and greet lines, there was no merch stands, it was just come to Jubilee Gardens and meet your favourite YouTubers. It was great, it was fantastic. Some people may argue, security wasn't that great though. Did anyone get hurt? They might have done, shouldn't say that. Just a disclaimer, quite chubby in these pictures, little bit chubs. I had a lot of baby fat. I've been making the mistake lately of saying baby weight instead of baby fat. So when I say to people, oh, I had a lot of baby weight back then, they probably thought I was pregnant. It's baby fat, I need to say baby fat. Anyway, so yeah, Summer in the City 2012 is where we're starting off. Again, I don't want to... The first picture is of me with Tom Scar, and he was one of the first you-poopers. I mean, it's not a lie. I do feel very old at times having met Tom Scar, only in the sense that my nephew quotes I like trains now, and it's very odd. It's very strange to me. This is not really chubby. This is me with Kick the PJ. Oh, PJ is the best. He really genuinely well and truly inspired me. He's such a naturally artistic guy, and I think he used his platform so well. So well. I can feel how sweaty I am in that picture. Meeting YouTubers is very intimidating, and like especially when you're in a big circle of people waiting to meet them, it's finally your go, and then you get there and you kind of get like a little knot in your throat, and it's quite, or is it knot in your stomach? I felt nervous. PJ's very lovely. He was studying in my hometown for ages and I never bumped into him once. Absolutely gutted. This was meant to be a selfie with Phil Lester, but he and for the right reasons had to walk away, because this is the crowd of people that were waiting to meet him, and it was very, like I said, it's not ticketed, there's no security, it's just famous YouTubers in a park, so it's absolutely a free-for-all. And I think he got a bit spooked and he had to walk away because he was just getting absolutely mobbed. I remember him walking off and he just had like a little walk down the Thames and everyone was like, oh, where's he going? If it wasn't for Phil, I wouldn't have started watching Dan, I wouldn't have started watching Chris Kendall, PJ, the list goes on, so I really owe it to him. Just had to walk off though, didn't he? Bit insensitive, but great. This is a picture of me and I don't know whether to use their usernames or their real names, Mika, Kitty and Nanalu, but they're not called that anymore. They were the first American YouTubers I ever met, so I was like quite flustered. I was like, oh, feeling starstruck. But yeah, really lovely. I loved Shauna's filmmaking and I loved Tessa's, like her music videos and stuff. I just thought collectively they were really big inspirations to me, because at the time I wanted to go into filmmaking. So yeah, they were great. I feel really bad because I asked for a hug from both of them, and then I remember Tessa tweeting like a year later or something about how she hates hugging people at meet and greets, and she was like, I shouldn't have to, blah blah blah, and I was like, ooh, hiding my face in the crowd, because I was definitely one of those fans that would demand a hug. It's really embarrassing, and I'm quite glad I shed that person and I'm not them anymore, but I definitely did that and it's quite shameful. I didn't understand why you wouldn't want to hug your fans. I didn't understand things like personal space and like social anxiety and stuff like that, so I definitely put some YouTubers in some uncomfortable positions, which this is my public apology for, I'm very sorry. This is me with Jack from OMFG, it's Jack and Dean. Great guy. I later went to his and Dean's little comedy show in Soho, I think it was, and they're good. They're a very funny comedic duo. Yeah, don't really remember talking to him, but I have a picture, so it must have happened. This is me with Dean. I was really creepy about this. I remember I saw him come into Jubilee Gardens and no one had seen him yet. He wasn't getting mobbed yet or anything. I saw him, said to Ellie, I was like, that's Dean. I spotted him a mile away, and so we followed him. He didn't know. They never know. They never know. And I feel... Well, he didn't know, so I guess I don't have to feel bad about it. I said to him when I met him, I said, oh, I'm really starstruck meeting you. What an absolute goon. This is me with Dan Howell. I love Dan. I really do. He really changed the YouTube scene, in my opinion. Like, I don't know, he really sent shockwaves through it. I posted this on Tumblr and tagged him and he liked it, and that was... I'm in Dan's likes on Tumblr and I felt quite good about that for many years. He's so lovely as well. Like, he was just as swarmed as Phil was, but Dan kept his cool so well, and he was making jokes like, no one step on my One Direction poster and stuff like that. He was so lovely. And I met him and he wrote placenta in all capital letters in my little book that I carried around. And he was really lovely, really, really lovely. This is the back of Dan's head. This is how close I was. How comfortable would you be someone being that close to you? I don't think anyone would feel... I don't know how he kept his cool. That's way too close. Why was I that close? When he would go like this to people, I'd be like, yeah, come on everyone, back up. But then I'm getting that close. Disgusting. This is me and the crab boy. This is me and Crab Sticks, Chris Kendall. Chris Kendall was my absolute all-time favourite untouchable YouTuber. I absolutely loved Chris. I convinced myself, I actually thought I loved him. Genuinely thought I was in love with him because I had conditioned myself to feel that way. I'm pretty sure I wrote him a letter and gave it to him at one of the older Summer in the Cities that told him about how much I loved him. It's so bizarre though, isn't it? Because you don't know these people. Like, I'd probably spoken like 2 sentences to him in my whole life, but had genuinely convinced myself that I loved him. Chris is the reason, by the way, I burp in my videos. It's him. This is the guy. Now we move on to Summer in the City 2013, which weirdly enough was the year after. This is me and Becky O. I loved Becky O. She was one of the ones that I really got into her about, like, maybe like 2010, 2009. I used to love her like weird sketches and like music videos and stuff, and like I used to love listening to her talk about her trichotillomania. It was just so interesting to me. Although I don't watch her anymore, I would say I've been watching Becky O for like a decade now. I probably stopped watching around the same time. It was like maybe like just under the 9-year mark or something. Next is Ben Cook. This is a really great example of how demanding I was, in that I asked to be hugged in a photo. It actually makes me feel a bit sick. It's just a really weird request, isn't it? Like, it's just, oh, let's take a picture together where it looks like you really love me and love being around me, when actually this is the first time we've met. Do you know what I mean? It's just quite a weird request. I don't think we got a normal picture together. I think it was just this one. But no, I liked Ben. I really liked his Becoming YouTube series, and yeah, he was great. But just weird. I don't know. I'm sorry for asking for a hug, Ben. That was really weird of me.
Sorry you had to put your arms around me because I asked.
My camera battery keeps dying and the sun is setting, so everything's changing by Keen, and I'm really sorry. It's a bit orange. Ooh, it doesn't matter, just carry on. This is a picture of me and Nanaloo again. Can I have a hugging picture? I wish she'd said no. I wish she would have just broken my heart completely, because she didn't. That is the face of someone who does not want to hug me, and I feel awful because I think she was the same as Meek Kitty, in the sense that she didn't want to hug me. Forcing YouTubers to hug you is just, it's not on, man. It's really not good. This is, oh, my heart just did a little skip actually. This is me with Rose and Rosie, and I I love this photo. I don't look great. I don't look great in any of these. I don't need to say that. Rose and Rosie are my absolute favourites, and although I've cut ties with all the YouTubers I used to watch, they were one of the few that survived, and I still, not all the time, but I definitely do like watch a few of their stuff. I still follow them on Twitter and stuff, and they have remained like my all-time favourites to come out of all of it. When I first started watching their videos, it was the ones where they would just like get drunk and talk on camera, and that's what inspired me to like make the kind of videos I make with Leah. So this was the first summer in the city they ever went to, and I met them and they were so lovely. I told Rosie she looked beautiful to her face. Absolute angels. I love Rose and Rosie to this day. I need to interrupt this real quick because as I was talking about Rose and Rosie, I just noticed there is a rainbow outside. A double rainbow, might I add. Talking about the gays for 2 minutes and a bloody rainbow comes out. Those are all the pictures that I wanted to share. There's loads more, but these are the main ones. Quite fun to look back on, isn't it? This was quite nostalgic for me, and I feel like I need to do a bit of mindfulness therapy after this. It's made me feel a bit like I'm becoming more in touch with the person I was back then, and it's a bit strange for me. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm gonna shoot off now, and I'll see you next time. Bye, said the CBeebies presenter.